If I ask you a question, you will laugh at me because there is no need to ask this question, it is so obvious. And the question is, do you want to be happy tomorrow, be joyful day after tomorrow, this whole coming week? You will laugh at it because everybody wants to be happy tomorrow, the whole week, the whole life. If I ask you another question, probably you take some time. The question is, are you joyful now, today? You say it depends, because happiness doesn't fall from skies. You have to bring your friends, you have to go to a restaurant, a party place, a picnic spot, then a good food, and then music and dance and jokes and good conversation and everything. If you sit in your room, you can't be happy. So happiness, you have to work, get these things, and then you get happiness. That's true, fine. But there is a defect in this. One thing is that happiness is not stable, you see. The moment your friends go away, they take away your happiness also. And another thing is, if the friends are there, if people are there, if the picnic spot is there, if the external situations, circumstances are there favorable, then there is happiness. And for that, you don't have any control over them. So it is something like you are a balloon flying in the air. If the wind moves in this direction, the balloon goes this way. The balloon goes that way if the wind goes that way. If there is no wind, it falls on the ground. So this is a pitiable situation, you see. Now I suggest another source of happiness which you can find in your own mind inside. Because happiness, like any other emotion, is a state of mind, it is inside your mind. Happiness, unhappiness, they are all states of minds. They come and then they go. And you will have experienced this inner happiness at some moments in your life. For no external obvious reason, sometimes you feel very peaceful, very calm and quiet inside. But that doesn't stay for long. Now, for you to tap that source of happiness inside and make it stable, stay with you for a fairly longer periods of time, then you will have control over that, and then you can make it stable, it remains with you all the time. So for that, you need only one thing, that is practice. You need to train your mind. Now, training this mind, cultivating the habits, is it all theory or is it practical? Can everyone do that? It is 100% practical. It is easy. It is simple. Many people have been doing that. And the biggest example is Dalai Lama. He is a very joyful, very sweet person. He is kind. He is compassionate, yet he has lots of worries, lots of grief, lots of headaches and problems. Yet he maintains this joy, peacefulness. And the secret is, he is a big practitioner. And the bigger secret, inside secret is, he practices compassion. Compassion in his mind and heart. That is the secret, that is the key. What is compassion? Compassion is experiencing the suffering of the other person and trying to do something to elevate that suffering by words or thoughts or some actions. Then you will be automatically happy when you start bringing down the suffering of the other person. It looks very illogical, but you need to discover it, practice and find it for yourself, you will understand the truth behind it. So, this is the secret. Do you want to be happy? You practice compassion. Do you want other people to be happy? You practice compassion. And this compassion, you must know, is different from empathy. Empathy is you feel the suffering of the other person and that's the end of it. You go to a cinema, there the actor is enacting a very pathetic situation, lot of suffering. You also suffer with the actor, but that's the end. You come out of the film theater and then you may feel sad and then that's the end of it. Here the compassion is you act, you take action to bring down the suffering of the other person, and it's a practice. So look at this, a simple practice of some 20 minutes every day for just 2 weeks will make you a different person, will transform you into a loving, kind person, full of compassion for the other person. Now you imagine any friend of yours and then bring him to your heart and mind and then give this thought, let his suffering come down, let his suffering come down. It works. So therefore, being joyful is a habit. It's a habit, you can cultivate it. It is not there in the genes. You can probably modify some of the genes that are there and make yourself a permanently happy, fun-loving, joyful individual. Thank you.